Alright, so we're back. This is about 300 PRC, but I want to mention the 358 Ultra Mag Alaskan. The customer has returned home and he has a range at his house and he immediately started loading for that thing. He is sending me photos. Yes, I'm going to show you. We're going to include it in the next video where we went out and we were shooting that gun at 800 yards. I'm going to include those targets. He is shooting 275 grain hammer bullets into .3 3-shot groups. He hasn't even tried 5-shot groups, but they are literally stacking into less than a dime. It is amazing, and the thing is, they're going over 3,000 feet a second with zero pressure. He's going to experiment. He thinks he's going to get to 3,200 feet a second. And I just want you to contemplate that for a second. A 275 grain solid copper hammer bullet going 3,200 feet a second into 3/10 of an inch. To a hunter, it's almost incomprehensible. I mean, you could shoot through elk lengthwise. I mean, the biggest thing you'd have to be concerned with is not shooting through 3 of them broadside. I mean, it is just amazing. Never, I expect a lot out of my guns, but never would I expect that level of performance out of that gun. Plus, that's not even really a big, heavy gun. That gun only weighs probably 12, 13 pounds. I don't know. It's a definite gun you could carry and hunt with. But that's neither here nor there. That will be coming. But the reason I'm doing this right now is this is a 300 PRC, and this is the first time that I have worked with Lapua Blue Box 300 PRC. I've never used this before. And, anytime it says Lapua on it, I have high hopes for it. Well, so I've already uniformed the flash holes. Everything came out perfect. I already uniformed the primer pockets, and my tool just touched it, just cleaned them up, really nice. So that whole part of it has been excellent. I trimmed them all to length, and they were very uniform. But the reason I'm going to show this to you is I'm turning the necks, and all I'm doing is taking off the high side. I'm actually going to show you doing one here. But Vicki, come around here with that camera. And if you can, try to zoom in here to show them what I'm talking about. Okay, use your buttons. So I've never saw any brass that cleaned up exactly 50% from case to case to case. So can you see that, Vicki?
I'm trying.
Okay, well you got to use that. You got to use your magnification
it's
and your
blurry.
Well, then you got to pull back out. Do you see it? Can you see this? Here, you know what? I want you to reach your hand in there. Give me the dang camera.
Okay. It's really hard.
No, it's not really hard.
Really
Now
hard
just
for
hold.
me.
You have to stop. Hold on a second. So I get. Now watch this, okay? Give me my glasses right there. Yes, obviously we're going to have to edit this. I don't know. Alright. Reach up there and spin that case on the end. Okay, see? It's shiny. Now come around. Okay, keep going. Okay, now go to the next one. Keep going. Wait. You have to give the camera a second to focus. Move your hand out of the way because it's focusing on both. See, that's the problem. It's focusing on that.
On the
yes,
box.
on the box behind it. Reach up and move that box for a second. Oh, there. All right. So reach in and spin another one of those. Okay, spin it. Okay. All right, stop. Now I'm going to give you this. Here, wait. Spin this one over here on the end, on the right end. Wait, it focused on your hand. Okay, go ahead. Oh, crap. That's probably Trump. I don't have time. I'll call him back. Right there. Yes, show that one. Go ahead. Rotate that around a little bit more. You have to keep your hand out of the way.
It's hard.
All right, anyways, what I'm trying to show is, here, take the camera back. Wait, zoom back out. Here, and you have to remember to do that. All right, zoom back out. Here. Okay, anyways, what I'm trying to show you here is something, I don't know if I've ever saw this before. So, you know, I got my, this is my Sinclair neck turner. You have coarse adjustment, and then you have very fine adjustment on the cutter, right? And what I wanted to do was, the goal is to just clean up the high spot. But in all my years of doing brass, I have never saw brass where every single one is identical. So, I mean, it's like, because normally there'll be variances in them. Like one will clean up, say, 25%, one will clean up 30%, one will clean up 35%. But the way I have this set, these are cleaning up 50%, and it's doing that on every single case. And I've never saw that before. Which means, just imagine how perfect these could have been. In other words, these are super consistent in their inconsistency. Which, what a sentence that is. Anyways, watch this. Come over here, Vicky, and see if you can show them. Because they'll be able to hear it, too. For guys who don't turn necks. By the way, for guys who don't turn necks, it is one of the most effective ways to see what quality of brass you have. Because the whole entire process of doing bench rest level brass preparation shows you the quality of the brass, because essentially all of your cutting tools and everything are uniform, so you're seeing if there's any non-uniformity in your brass. Anyways, watch this. Watch this. Can you zoom in on that so they can actually see it? Here we go. Ready? And yes, we cut down into the shoulder. Usually I cut into the shoulder even slightly more than that, but everything is set so perfect right now that I don't want to do that. So bring that here. Again, can you see it? And really, this one wasn't as uniform. We're going to do another one. But it is like it's cleaning up exactly 50% on every single case, which is just amazing. You don't get brass that does that. Normally it's all over the place, no matter what name or brand it is. Ready? Here we go. I guess I should show them here. I'll stop a second. All right, this one's better than that one. This is a better example. Okay, so look at this. Can you see it, Vicky? So, okay, so it hasn't touched the case from there to there, exactly half of the case. In other words, it is knocking off the high side, but it is exactly 50% of the case. So I want to show you something. First of all, take one out that hasn't been turned, right? And this is not the right way to do it. Yes, you're supposed to use a ball mic. I always have to say that, but no, I never do because it takes me too long. All right, so we got about, we'll call this the 3 o'clock position. So you got 15.5. Go to the 6 o'clock position. 15. Go to the 9 o'clock position. 16. Go to the 12 o'clock position. 16 and a half. Most of them there. 17. And so what you're doing is, here, watch. Here's the one that, come over here. Here's the one I just turned. So I'm going to start on the part that has been cleaned up. All right, watch. So now, 15.5, 15.5, 15, 15, 14.5. So we got 14.5, and of course that's on the spot. That is furthest. Okay. This is the 12 o'clock position. This is all cleaned up. We'll call this the 6 o'clock position. This is not cleaned up. So obviously what it didn't touch is the thinner spot. and now I'm getting 15. Again, you can't really do this with calipers. So at the thin spot, it's 14.5. We'll go to the center of the part that it knocked off, that it cleaned up, and it's 15.5. So we've got about 15. We have somewhere more than a half a thou, probably less than 1 thou variance now, anywhere around the entire neck. Where before we started it, you've got, let's go back. So there's 15. There's 14, so 14 and a half. That's the thin spot. 16, 17. So on these ones, you've got approximately, we'll call it 2 to 2.5. Between the 2.5 thou, between the thinnest spot and the thickest spot. On these, we're somewhere now, say, let's just call it 1. So we've improved it. Is that 50% or 100%? We've improved them. Okay, they got better. I never was a math guy. Anyway, speaking of math, this gun, this 300 PRC, which I'm going to show you in a second, turned out very nice. I have high hopes for this gun. It has, show them right here, it has a 342 neck in it, 0.342. And it is set up to shoot factory ammo. And indeed, we're going to shoot all 3 of these factory ammos out of it whenever we, maybe tomorrow, when we go to shoot. So this is 212 grain EDX.
I didn't get that.
What?
I didn't get that.
Oh, all right. Well, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Here. All right, there. Can you get it? You notice the G1 on that. They're calling it 663. All right, so here, look. Now remember, the neck in the gun is 342. And I haven't measured these, by the way. This is the first time I'm doing it right now. All right, so we've got 338. So 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. We have 4 thousandths total clearance. So that is, look. So that's 2 on a side. I doubt you can see that. I mean, it's just barely, 2 thou, you can just barely see light through there. All right, these are 225 grain ELD match. Now, whether these are actually going to shoot out of the gun or not, I do not know. The gun is set up for 210 Bergers, and it has a Krieger 111-25 twist in it. So let's measure this. Whether it'll shoot these 225s, I don't know. It probably wouldn't at sea level, but where we shoot is over 3,000 feet. And interesting, these are a little bit bigger. So this is 0.339. Did you get that, Vicki?
Yep.
So this has 3 thousandths. 39, 40, 41, 42. 3 thou total clearance. That's only 1.5 on a side. And here is the Berger. These are Berger 205 grain Elite Hunter. I'm not even sure if I've ever shot these bullets. Anyways, Berger loaded ammunition, and this has the same brass, Lapua brass, that I am using to do my hand loads. The hand loads are going to be 210 Bergers. So look. Oh, interesting. So,
It's even bigger.
yes, these are 340. And so that means only 2 thou clearance between the actual neck diameter in the gun, 1 thou on a side. Until, and I didn't want to do it yet, but until I see the bullet in these, I don't know exactly what they're going to be. But the way you do this, and I've shown this on camera before, is let's just say, here, let's see, what's our average number here? Let's just call it 15. So 15 on a side here. So 15 and 15 obviously is 30. So you have a 308 bullet. That's 308. So 338. So what we're assuming here is our loaded ammo, the way this our neck turned now, our loaded ammo will be 0.338. And as I've mentioned, somewhere in the process, you always gain about a half a thou or 1 thou. It's when you do the math, usually the loaded cartridge ends up being slightly larger than that. So I'm willing to bet that these are probably going to measure 0.339. So we'll have 3 thousandths. It'll be the same as that. We'll have 3 thousandths total clearance in the gun. Here, show them that ammo. I'm going to grab the gun. Alright, so here it is. And man, you talk about a nice one. Holy cow. This is a Macmillan A6-7 Bag Rider, which is quickly becoming one of my most favorite guns. I would take this over an A5 any day. This is a nice stock. And could you hunt with it? Absolutely. I can hold that in one hand. No problem. I mean, this is a nice gun. This has a... Come on back over.
Well, I'm trying to see the whole thing.
This has a bat, HR, solid bottom, single shot, and 3-screw. The normal front screw, a middle screw, then the escutcheon to hold the trigger guard, and then the rear screw. So 3 screws. Very nice. I mean, very, very nice. This is Durcoat Black. This is a bat trigger guard. This has a Trigger Tech diamond in it. I'm starting to set them a little heavier. You know, for a long time there, I've been setting them all at 18. Sometimes that is almost too clean in a hunting gun. So I believe I set this one at 20 or 22. It's still awful clean. Anyways, no break. Look. No break. And what a nice crown. I do not believe this gun will need a break. I'll bet if this gun probably weighs... It's definitely more than 12. It might be, I don't know, it might be 13, 14. Oh yeah, and that's something else I want to mention. You'll see when we go out to shoot it. So you remember a long time ago now, 6 months or more, we had a Collis 5-25 that went bad on us. And I could just tell, it wasn't shooting as smaller groups as other scopes if you switched them. Anyways, I knew it was bad. That's a whole huge other topic. I sent it back to Collis. They repaired it. I didn't even open the box. I left it in the box as it came back, and I decided, because I would really like to get a Tangent Theta, I decided I might just sell it. So this customer decided that they want that 5-25, which I've already had it in rings. I already have it mounted. I read everything that Collis did to it at the repair facility, and I would have more faith in it right now than a brand new scope. No doubt about it. I mean, it's almost as if when everything is going down the production line, does everything get checked? Yes. But when one breaks and it goes back, it's almost like extra attention is paid to it. And throughout my whole history of breaking a lot of scopes, a lot of high-end scopes, every one that I ever got back after it was repaired was better than when it came out of the box brand new. That has been my honest experience. And boy, I'll tell you what, that might cause a bunch of problems. I hope not. Anyways, that is what is going on here. So I have very high hopes. This is, like I said, a Krieger barrel. That's 10 flute shallow, which I don't like doing fluted, but 10 flute shallow is okay. And it is just absolutely... This is a really great gun. I have really high hopes for it. I didn't even expect to make, didn't even intend to make this video, but I really wanted to show you that because brass cleaning up perfectly uniform is unheard of. I've never saw it. So that's very, very high quality brass. It's just a shame that they couldn't have got the necks exactly uniform as they came out of the box, because if they had, all of this work would basically be, it would be irrelevant. Why bother doing it all if you have perfect brass? The problem is you never have perfect brass. All right, so that other video with the 358 is coming. It is amazing, just amazing. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is out shooting this one. So we'll see you later.